Hello, welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy, and on this channel we cover BRC20s, tap, bitmaps, and of course Ordinals. We have a really good Ordinal project today. Lately, we've been covering a lot of BRC20s and a lot of like protocols and stuff like that. And we really haven't been diving deep into the the Ordinal projects themselves. So we definitely want to start doing that. That's something you're going to see a lot more of. And today we have the amazing project, and these just dropped 2 weeks ago, and these kind of really took everything by storm. So yeah, we have the Nocturnal Maxis, and my thing is freezing a little bit. So let's bring in my partner, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, Yagobi?
What's up? What's going on? Not much,
How's
man.
everything with you?
Good. I'm excited about this one. You know, like we saw Nocturnal Maxis kind of pop out of nowhere. I feel like maybe like a week and a half ago, and they've been hanging there, right? And so I'm excited to see kind of like the backstory of this project. Like instantly, I felt like there was like a connection with the goblins because like they look similar, but like inversed, right? So yeah, man.
I think they had their own feel too. Like, and we were talking about their Discord. We can do some really cool things in there. So let's get into the thing. How you doing, MrBRC from the Nocturnal Maxis?
Hey, pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
So on this channel, we obviously love projects. We love ordinal projects and everything like that. But to us, it's really about the people behind the projects. And could you kind of give us your background, kind of go as far as back as possible, and kind of leading up to when you first heard that magical word called Bitcoin?
Yeah. So when I was really young, I mined Bitcoin when it had no value and uninstalled it immediately after getting a few thousand Bitcoin. But after that, you know, it was a long time before I got back into it. I think it was like $400 when I really started paying attention again. And at that time, I was selling virtual gold for video games. So that was my thing back then. And you know, I got into Bitcoin early. Ended up selling it, obviously, and during a run, didn't really know much of it. Just like I knew it was cool. I knew like it was innovative, and we needed decentralized money. But I didn't really like have the full understanding at the time. I was just trying to make some money, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I really got back into it when it was like 1600, and by then I was running my own marketing company. I do a lot of like automated residual income. So if there's a way to automate it and make a commission and not actually have to do anything once the system's going, that's what I like to build. Those are the things I like to build. I did that for a long time. I even built like automated leverage trading and trading algorithms to make money. Yeah, and then I kind of left the whole trading scene and I went to ordinals. And I really wanted to get my art on the blockchain. I had been waiting like years for this moment. I knew eventually you would be able to do something like this on Bitcoin, and yeah, so that's when I knew I needed to do something. And we just happened to turn into a bear market, so it was like let's just. I did all this. I don't want to wait, and I don't want to have money stand in the way of like what I'm trying to do right now. And people's mentality anyway, we're like, like, what do? We were just learning the market, and now everything's down. What are we supposed to do anyway? So I said, free mint it, give it all away, and we'll go from there. And that's what I did.
Nice. So like February rolled around for you. Like when did you say you actually got into the ordinal space?
Oh, I would say March. You know why? Because I sent like 20 grand worth of Bitcoin to get into ordinals, and that transaction was lost in the mempool for about 4 weeks, bro.
Wow.
And I had to sit there and I had to watch like the whole run, and like I'm just waiting for like this stuck transaction.
Could you not use like the RPF or whatever?
Nope.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Yeah.
20 G's.
I was one of the 600K just chilling on the sidelines.
Well, I mean, Bitcoin was going up back then, so that probably was nice, right? It was probably a little more from February to March. It really went up probably like at least 30%. So
yeah.
All right, so decided to launch a project. You were in the space for a while. Why Nocturnal Maxis and why now?
I mean, as far as like when it came to recursive, when they became recursive inscriptions, that's when I knew like, hey, like this is my moment. It's affordable. Like I did the math on what this collection would have cost to like do actual full images each time to inscribe them.
Yeah.
And it was like through the roof. So this is the only way it was even possible. And so I was like, you know what? And I also like do sat hunting, and I know all about the rare sats that are out there and how to get them and stuff like that. So I put them all in palindrome sats, and we sorted through thousands of them. And what we did was Greg that was able to help me with it. He sorted them in the rarest like order, and then we inscribed like from the rarest in. You know what I'm saying? So we got like the best out of the thousands of palindromes that I used, and there's 11 vintage palindromes and one Nakamoto vintage palindrome that's never been inscribed on before. And I gave that away I raffled it to a holder 4 days after the mint.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then there was this, if you've seen the van that like trended on Ord.io for a week, that it was like, it said, "Yo kid, like you want a free mint?"
Oh yeah,
It was, like, in the back of the van.
I remember that.
Yeah, I put that on a vintage palindrome, and then I raffled that to the community too.
Wow, man, that's really awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, I can tell right off the bat, like you just first of all, I can tell you're a smart guy, just because you built automated ways to make passive income, which is the way to go. Secondly, your experience, you're young, like you said, when you first mined Bitcoin, so you've already had like the right mind from the beginning. But like, with that experience, my question that I want to ask you is like, do you truly feel like there's like big innovation in the ordinal space, or are you on the bandwagon? Not the bandwagon, but do you kind of understand some of these other like ETH people and laser eyes that say, "Hey, this is a fad and it's going to go away"? What do you think?
No, like I said, I've been waiting a very long time to be able to do this because it does matter and it is different and it isn't something we've ever had before. Um, these are actual digital artifacts. If you ask me, like people were asking me, like, "Oh, do you wish you could put royalties on your work?" And I'm like, hell no, not at all. If somebody sells this 200 years from now, there shouldn't be some 5% that goes into some weird wallet somewhere. Doesn't make any sense. And so yeah, just I'm very happy to have like my collection on Bitcoin and out there. And I think the possibilities beyond just like regular collections and having fun is huge. I think there's massive utility with recursive inscriptions. Someone was just talking about on Twitter the other day how you could actually put the wallet on there and create a DAO, and now you have decentralized upgrades to the wallet using recursive inscriptions that you just rewrite to. I mean, that's just like you're just like cracking the egg. You know what I mean? Like so much can be done still, and so much can be thought up. It's just like you're just like opening the door. You're cracking open the door to the whole world that's out there. So I think a lot's coming down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we actually keep hearing that. Like that's something we keep hearing from multiple. Like, we had like someone from the Ordinal who created like Oshi yesterday, and they basically said the same thing. Like we are just on like the tip of the iceberg right now, and there's so much more underneath. So very excited to just kind of really see what's going on with that.
Yeah, no, my mind is definitely aligned with MrBRC here. Recursion is like, I think it's like the most important innovation out of all of this, and I feel like there's like a lot of innocence right now with like all this building and stuff. But my next question for you is like the rare stat stuff, man. That I feel like there's going to be a huge market for that later, and people are kind of shitting on it here left and right because of it was hype before. Was that hard to do? Like, is it as tedious as it sounds whenever I hear sort through stats?
No, but you just the more sats you have to recycle, the more chances you're gonna have basically. So if you're doing it with a little bit, it's not gonna work too well. You're not gonna get that much each try. And then there's ways, if you're smart enough, you can automate it with just leaving enough for transactions to go back and forth for you, and using an API to kind of see what you get each time and a script with your wallet to like save them and move them. But other than that, it's not hard. Anyone could literally do it. You could get lucky. I mean, there should be things too, like in the future soon, where you can actually track what hot wallets on which exchanges suddenly get like a rare or a mythic, and everybody's gonna go run over to Binance and start doing withdrawals in deposits to try to snatch it up, like a race. Like the gems over there, go get it, guys. And then it's like, you know what I mean? So soon a
Yeah.
lot's coming. Magisat's coming out soon, which is something is going to be really cool with Quarry. All the like greatest minds are in there. They're building like crazy stuff. Greg's in there, and he built this ord indexer that can search the ord index 100 times faster than the original one. So there's people in there like
Wow.
building better ordinal indexers than the current one that's like running everything. And they're also top sat hunters. So I think a big market, there might be a shakeout in like certain special sats that just aren't worth what they're supposed to be. And then there's going to be ones where you thought were absolutely worth nothing. And because of the data we found out, there's only like 2,000 of them that exist. And you thought there was 30 million before we figured this out. So you get what I'm saying? So there's going to be certain stuff that might skyrocket. And there might be stuff that's like, everybody realizes like, why would you buy that?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yes, that's definitely going to be a really big part of it in the future.
Yeah, I think so too, man. And I think that I want to get into that a little bit more. I have a buddy that is a miner that has a huge warehouse in Iowa. So is that like, can miners benefit from this rare sat industry, like because they have, they're mining Bitcoin?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as the industry wakes up, exchanges and miners, as soon as they wake up and they realize they could have millions of dollars sitting in their wallets, like, or at least going through their wallets and not realizing it, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to, oh, who cares? Like, no. So instantly, all the little guys, all the non-miners and exchanges they're going to be really hard, like looking for another rare sat to land in their wallet after that happens. You know what I mean? And then there's going to be control of the market. So an exchange could say you want an uncommon and you're only getting one every month and you want 20, 30, 40 of them, like this is the price, and who's going to argue with them?
It's gonna be like a wholesale market, man. You know what I mean? Wholesale, the miners and exchanges can just wholesale these rare sats to the retailers. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to this market that might be in the future where people each have their super cool sat. Like it's that one sat in your wallet, and you go and you put your inscription of it, of whatever you want. You put your cat on it, and it doesn't change the value. And when you go and you say, I'm getting rid of this, finally, I want to sell it, somebody goes and buys it because of that value of that sat only. And they take it and then they put their picture of their cat wherever they want on it while they own it. And there could be a whole market like that in the future.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let's dive into the Nocturnal Maxis, right? So what is it? Where did the idea come from? Really, like, is it just you, or is there a bigger team? If you could describe that as well.
Yeah, sorry. So Nocturnal Maxis is a generative collection. It has like generative traits. The traits were all named after people in the community. So like it'll be like I don't know, not Paul's vomit and stuff like that. And yeah, so it's a PFP generative collection. It's on the special sats, the palindromes. It's it's basically like the effects that are on it are not part of the image itself. It's JavaScript being used that layers on top of it. So if sometimes you'll load it and you'll notice it's snowing, and the snowing is actually generative too. So not everybody's going to be like, oh, look, I got snow and you got the same snow. Like he's going to have like one flake and the other guy could have a blizzard. Same with the rain and all the other effects. There's certain stuff that's coded to only show up certain months and certain days of the year. So like some people haven't even experienced that yet. They change at night between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. And then they change fully with the background and their skin between midnight and 1 a.m.
It's crazy.
And yeah, and they're recursive.
That's awesome. So are they SVG?
No, so they're actually BRC 69 style, but not exactly to that standard. But it's JavaScript canvas that layers all the traits and then outputs a render of one single image so that you can actually still right click on them and save them and get what you saw. rather than like a blank background with an SVG.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's the downside to SVG. So
Yeah,
so if you right click it and save it, then it's like a screenshot, basically, right?
exactly. Exactly what you saw. If you right click and save, you get.
I mean, how can people call these NFTs, dude? They're like, I feel like they're totally different. Obviously, like they're inscribed on chain, but
And you can't do nothing like that on Ethereum, right? Like, that's not
You-
even
probably
Mm.
could, but
Yeah.
like with like a
Fully off chain, you could.
off
yeah,
chain.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nothing
Not
on
on
chain.
chain.
That's not even a possibility.
yeah.
So, yeah, man. Could you actually show your screen, Yagobi? Show
Yeah.
them the things, because for some reason I'm having issues.
Let me pull that up.
There they are.
You should load it up on Unisat, honestly, because
Unisat. Yeah.
the problem with Magic Eden is other people who weren't coding very well were creating these recursive inscriptions that would crash Magic Eden when you try to like load them up in the full category view.
Really? Oh shit.
Yeah, so their answer to that was to just like render save a random moment in time of your ordinal and put that up. So it'll look a lot nicer on Unisat, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big time.
What's that about? I mean, like, why is it? Oh, so
Keep scrolling down, yeah, you
it's
see more
supposed.
effects.
So this is the generative art part, right? Like how it.
Yeah, so all of these, like the rain, sometimes the heart, sometimes the lightning, all of it's not going to be the same effect every time on each one. It's generative.
Gotcha. And it changes throughout the day.
Yeah, if you set your clock right now, if you set your clock at the bottom right and do like adjust time and put it to like 12:20 a.m., they'll turn their fullest form. Or if you put it to like 9 p.m., they'll do like that mid form.
Oh, that's really cool.
And it's based off of blocks, right?
No, what do you mean?
Like the timing, like when it switches.
It's based off of your local clock, whoever's looking at it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Dude, this is dope, man. I
Yeah.
love this. What's the floor on these? I want to know now.
I think it's like 0.1 or
Is it?
0.01.
Yeah, you can probably see at the top here of Unisat. It's pretty accurate with like Magic Eden's.
Yeah, for some reason it's okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's 0.01. Nice.
4 or 5. Yeah. It's nice.
That's nice.
From free, not bad, right?
Yeah.
And no, I didn't do any
you did
any
free
wash
mints on
trading.
these?
Yeah, completely free. No, I didn't keep any of the supply to do anything with, to try to like do any tricks. I didn't do any wash trades. All of it's all organic. Every sale on Unisat was organic. Everything on Magic Eden just shot up. I don't know.
Yeah, cool. I think it's Unisat is causing my screen to freeze though. So Shizzy, can you pull it down?
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, I was having the same issue. I think it might be StreamYard. I was having the same issue when I loaded my screen up as well. Probably got to get a nice reset later. But yeah, so what's next for you guys? I mean, you put out the project. It was actually a free mint, so you didn't keep any of the supply. So obviously, you probably want to keep building with this.
Yeah, so I just got staking up, which is like Discord based, and there's like casino games to like gamble your staking points, and if you like run out completely because you're a degen, you get like one free refill a day. So I did that little thing in there, and then it's really just going to be utility. I'm building a lot of utility. That's the goal, and I have what I'm trying to do is like there's a treasury for the people staking, and I have a CM team that's going out and trying to score those free mints, or trying to connect with other collections that like could maybe use a boost, maybe be like realized to come talk to me and work something out with them where the treasury would benefit, and then giving it all back to the holders, obviously. And then I have in the second episode, you'll see that there's like the sneak peek to Nocturnal Town and becoming a citizen, and something about a carnival, getting some tickets to the carnival. So that's like part 2 to all this. And it's going to be a 1,250 supply of citizen passes for Nocturnal Town. And that's the next play there.
Nocturnal Town.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. Sounds a little bit like the other one, a little bit though, but I like it.
But yeah, I mean, so when you get your citizen pass, it's going to be like a random 1 to 3 carnival tickets on your pass, and that's going to be part 2, which is the second min after the passes is going to be of something to do related to carnivals. That's as far as I'll go with it. And like recursive inscriptions in carnivals, that's as much as I'll say. But that's the road we're headed down right now.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Like you could do a lot with it. So is Nocturnal Town going to be a part of Bitmap, or are you a believer of Bitmap?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I stopped reading stuff into Bitmap when I saw the supply. It was like,
Gotcha.
oh, yeah, this market is not ready for that.
Gotcha.
So it's not ready for 800,000 bitmaps at $6 a piece.
Yeah, but you know, I think everybody has their own kind of opinion on it, and
yeah,
it's blacked out, right? So like people are still buying them and stuff like that. But anyways, back to Nocturnal Maxis. What was the original supply?
What do you mean?
When you minted, like how many were minted?
222.
222, and it was a free mint. So did you go with a whitelist? How did that?
Yeah, so whitelist 1, there's a whitelist 1 that was under allocated by about 25, and then there was whitelist 2, which was like over allocated by 800, and then public was supposed to be 999 Bitcoin.
Gotcha.
So that was kind of like the troll public mint, yeah, I minted out in second whitelist in like a minute.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. Well, have you ever been like a token guy? Were you a DeFi guy before, like on the East side?
Nah, I mean, it depends. It depends. What are you getting at?
I mean, like, how are you feeling about like the token environments here in the Ordinal space? Is that like, are you thinking about launching any tokens for your project or anything?
If I would, nah. I'm very hesitant to launch a token. There would have to be so much infrastructure before I did something like that, or else like it's just I don't know what I'm doing, stealing money somehow with like some weird gimmick. I don't know. I don't know what my plan would be if I launched a token right now. It probably wouldn't be a good one.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, there's a lot more features now on. I don't know if you're familiar with Track. They just launched their protocol, Tap Protocol, and they have a lot more features they can do over there. So I don't know if you were interested in maybe looking at what you can do over there, but it seems really cool with they can do so much more with BRC20s, and then you have something like Oshi's dropping soon with the Ord and stuff like that. So there's a lot I think potential in the future for something like that for maybe you guys in the future. So
yeah. I mean, it definitely fits in the criteria, but it's at the same time, it's like we're not there yet at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I build fast, but I'm not there yet.
Are you yourself a programmer, dev?
Yeah. So I did everything. There's no team here. Just me.
Wow.
I did the art, I did the dev, I did the website, I did the image generation, I did the graphics work, I did the video. I did it all.
Goodness.
Yeah, when you said you were busy, man, that's a team of 7. That's a lot going on.
It's nothing. Whipped it up.
Wow. That is a lot. Is this your first project that you've pretty much put together like this, or?
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard of Quarry's Masterworks and Quarry at all? The butterfly, the one with the 6 attributes. Or whatever.
Oh, it's an older collection, right?
Yeah, it was like 2 months ago.
Okay.
3 months ago. But that was like how I got my feet wet. I was like, basically, he was still sat hunting and he wanted to get his first collection out, and I was like running the Discord and kind of like managing stuff for him while I did that. And then I thought like, hey, I can do this. This is easy to run the community at least, and I know how to do everything else as far as the coding and stuff, all that. So I was like, hey, like I got my feet wet with all of it. So like, let's whip something together and call it mine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're a graphic design artist too?
I wouldn't call myself that, but yeah, I have Adobe open right now.
Did you design all these Maxis like from scratch?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I
mean,
had done a lot of the artwork years ago, like back because like I had thought about this collection going on F way back in the day, and I never got to that point. So it never like nobody ever seen any of the art or knew what it was. And when I seen Ordinals was back, I went back into Adobe and kept working on them, and eventually they became part of this collection.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense then. So you kind of you had this idea for a while. You've had the base of it, and then the opportunity came, and that's whenever you took advantage of it. Got it. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I mean, I like the collection. I like the art too. I think it's cool with the inverse looks and all that stuff.
Thanks. Some people, it's like people either love it or hate it, but that's good to me. I'd much rather people love it and hate it than some people love it and some people it doesn't have no effect on them whatsoever. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. If it's provoking something out of you when you look at it, job well done, I guess, you know?
I personally, I think it looks really cool. I like that it's different. You know, I like things that are different. When everything kind of just looks the same, kind of like Trevor's like ninjas. It's just like they just look so plain and boring rather than something
shots
like
fired.
this.
Shots fired.
Well, let me tell you this, and tell me if I'm crazy, okay? So I'm not an artist. I don't like those weren't done with like some pen on like an app or something or drawn up and then like scanned in or anything like that. They were done with regular brush strokes that I then went with the like crop tool and cut away at every single brush stroke until it made this line you could not replicate. And that's how they were all made.
That takes forever.
It took over 1,000 hours. And I did this for like months on end years ago and like never released it.
Oh man.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a cool backstory too. You know, just like how you came up with it and made the art. Go ahead.
There's some proof of work in the brushstroke work.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, this is a part of the show where we kind of give you the stage to kind of talk to community, maybe new community members to come find you. Is there a way to get on, the next whitelist or whatever? So this is your stage. You can kind of talk to everyone.
Yeah, so Nocturnal Maxis, you just type it in, you're gonna find us, you know, wherever you want to look for it. As far as the next mint and getting whitelisted, you got to join in. You got to be a part of the community. You got to have a good wallet. You like if you join my community for a day, you'll realize like, oh, there's a lot of fun stuff going on, and it's very interactive. And there's some teasing sometimes, and some hazing if you're a wet noodle hands. But in all, you'll get over it, and you'll get past it, and you'll get your roll. So it's all good. We're not like excluding you for it, but we will let you know you're selling all your ordinals or something. Like, we don't just give you the whitelist.
That's fair.
Yeah. And so you can get whitelist from just being part of the community, and the rest will come from collabs. And there's already these old OGs who automatically have a whitelist to the next mint.
Nice. Good
That's
stuff.
Awesome. We're gonna have to jump in that Discord.
Yeah, I'll be in there as well. So thank you for having you, man. Like, thank you for coming on with us, man. Really appreciate it. And if you maybe before the whitelist, we can get another interview going and kind of like go from there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like new to the whole like spaces and the interviews, but I'm trying to be the most like involved when it comes to this stuff. So any show anyone wants to have me, I'm trying to be there. You know.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Yeah, check out our Saturday mornings. I don't know where you are, but
East Coast.
Well, it's 8 a.m. East Coast, so that's not too early for me. But I'm not sure for you.
I'm actually up at 6. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it'd be a good one, right?
To put out the tweet. You can, definitely get you out there. We usually get between 500 and 600 people who listen to that. So it's definitely some more potential community members. I think we're all just trying to build and grow. So
yeah. I'm down.
All right. We'll see you then. And thanks, guys, for listening.
All right. Thanks for having me.
See you guys.
Appreciate it.